Hello and welcome again to Tending the Soul, the ministry of Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ. So glad that you're here. I'm Reverend T. Michael Rock, and with Reverend Kathy Itzen, we get to play in worship and community and life. And so glad that you are joining this ministry. If you feel like this helps you and moves you in some way, then like and subscribe to this video, send it along to a friend, and know that this is how our community grows and experiences all kinds of ways we can experience joy and healing and justice and love together. Today's Tending the Soul is one of my favorite topics in the perennial tradition, the tradition that we all kind of long for deep in our bones, and we know that we are on sacred ground when we have movements in our bodies and our souls, right? We know when we're safe, when we're cared for, when something is taking us beyond the ordinary, and in that moment of awe. And so today I want to invite you to a spiritual practice that does indeed connect you to your soul. It's about noticing the world around you. It's about finding outside in the more than human world the images, the shapes that appear in beautiful, perfect forms. It's about moving through nature and finding clovers in a field and seeing that there's a whole faith tradition in the Celtic world that is based on this Trinitarian way of being in relationship with each other. And spend some time trying to notice the triangles in the world and how that movement of relationship, of equality, really resonates with you. Look out in the world at the stars, and how their complex nature provides both circles of light, but also complex imagery, and knowing that the shapes that they provide for us really bring light in a different way into our being. You can walk through your garden and find in that garden space not just the shapes of the tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchinis, but also the shapes maybe in between the leaves. Like, what perfect shape is being brought forth in you? Like, how do you understand that deep noticing of the small things in life? I love when in the morning I'm walking along and right on the fence post in the dew is a beautiful spider web. And all of the different shapes that come out of that spider web, and how that beautiful spider, she has woven her web in this beautiful geometric way that just inspires me, and knows that what a perfect creature that is in the universe. I'm awed by the honeybee and looking deep into honeycombs and seeing those perfect hexagonal patterns and saying, wow, what a gift that is to the world to see this shape. To see the shapes of nature shaping us. That's the beauty of this soul tending, is to be in that small place and notice the curve of the stone or the rock in your hand, and what it does for us, and how hearts come out of all kinds of shape, whether it's a cactus leaf or in the field of stones, or wherever those are. I love looking at tree bark and how the shapes of the tree bark kind of move around, and it comes to a knot in the wood, and they kind of develop a relationship around that branch that once was or that died off, but the bark just cares for it in such a gentle and caressing way. Shapes are all over our world, and I want you to kind of really feel that each of them in their intricacies are an invitation to know more about a tree or a plant or an animal in the midst of your walk and in the midst of your journey. That they're all there to invite us into a deeper relationship. I love looking at trees, and both trees that are living, but also the rings of the tree that tell its age, and whether it had an illness at some point, and the story they tell. And the folks who do forestry and can tell such a great amount of things from the inside of those trees. What a beautiful story awaits us if we notice just the deep details in the midst of those rings. One of the great symbols in all of nature that I really love, that I want to end with, is the spiral journey, right? Those nautilus shells and all kinds of plant life, and inside the petals of the plant develop these beautiful spiral patterns that Teach us again that we come back upon ourselves and upon our stories and learn and grow and experience life and growth in the midst of those spiral patterns. There are so many ways, if we just notice, if we go through our day with our eyes wide open, with our ears open to look and feel and experience all of the different shapes and ways that we are invited into deep soul relationship with others. This is the beauty of the human face too. It's the beauty of the body, right? All bodies come with their unique and beautiful shape and the way they are. One of the things we can do is appreciate the shape of the nose and the cheek and the chin. What a wonderful thing it is to look at all the beautiful ways that people appear in the world and to appreciate all of the different shapes of the bodies and the arms and the hands and the chests and the waist and all the different ways that we understand ourselves, all the way from our fingertips down to our toes. What a gift this is to notice and appreciate all of the shapes out in your world. For you are a beautiful shape, and your soul in the midst of this moment is taking on a beautiful shape for others to notice and appreciate. This is how we're going to heal our world, is when we open ourselves up to the beauty that is all around us.